Well, g'day. Today, bright sunny day in sunny Australia, and here we go. I need to push on with the wiring, and so today's little exercise is positioning of these overdrive relays. They're positioned under the dash on the right hand side, up high, so and they're pretty much next to each other and they interlink. So I've had to go to a friend's place who's got a BN1 and take a look and see what the positioning is on his. I've also had to check out the exact position of this isolator switch as well. So the plan today is to just push on with the wiring, and as we're moving our way to the back of the car. Okay, so without further ado, let's do it. Okay, so far so good. Now, I think one of these, that's the connect to main loom. This goes right down the back, this one. That's a number plate light there I saw. And okay, so this is the cable that goes to the gearbox side from inside the cockpit here. So, and it's all been marked up, so whilst I don't know where I'm going at the moment. That's the overdrive solenoid centrifuge. Obviously this is the engine side and gearbox switch, so that's actually right at the gearbox itself, so it's got to work its way down here somewhere. Okay, so this top end is okay, let's start with this one here. This can get a bit boring now, so let's have a look. Okay, so this should be C3, C2, they're numbered, see, on there on the Teflon. Oh, I think it's Teflon. C3, C2, W1 and W2. Now why is that? Why have I got C2, C3, these two, and the book says there C1, that's supposed to be C1, C1, C2, W1, W2, W1, W2, C2, so this, so it looks like is that a 1 or a strange? Definitely looks like a 3, but it can't be. So I'm sure this one, the one at the bottom, I don't need to bring you in a bit closer. Okay, let's take a look. These, of course, they're identical, and just make sure you can see. It says that this is supposed to be C1, and yet this one here, I'm just going to hope I don't put my head in the way. Yeah, it definitely says C3, C3, W1, W2. So W1, W2 are fine, C2 is fine, and C2 and C3 has to be C1. I think somebody's made a silly error, and I can't imagine that it's Lucas SB40 switch, and that there it just says, yeah, SB40, it says it on the sheet. Okay, so looking at that, overdrive relays, so I'm working in this area here, okay, two side by side, and you can see the SB40 on the side of the switch, so that calls it C1, C2, W1, and then W2 on its own. Okay, so I just have to assume that somebody somewhere made an error, and it's not me. Okay, so if I follow that, okay, let's start with, as an example, this one here, C1. Okay, so okay, we're this way around. Okay, so C1 would have cable 69. 69 is green with brown and yellow. And there's two of them, green with brown and yellow. Green with brown and yellow. Okay, so it's green with brown green with, well, I think that's brown and yellow. That's all it can be. It's the only ones it can be. That's not the cable. So this is the cable here. Okay. So R1 69, just double check. 69 green with brown. Okay, green with brown and yellow. So it has to be that one. Taking that off, and as you can see, they're interconnected. Take the blue stuff off. Just throw that in the bin for the moment. Okay, so that's what we've got. So there's obviously they're connected there. So C1, which is to there, and I need a flat bladed screwdriver. Okay, what I have here is the isolator switch. Alright, now it's a bit awkward. I don't want to make a hole that big or even that big to sit it down, and my inclination is to come from the bottom up just with some little holes. Okay, the 3 little holes, 2 for the screw, 1 for the centerpiece. Now I then had a good look at it. This knob doesn't come off easily, but on the underside there's a little circlip that fits onto this center shaft, and just with a tiny screwdriver I lifted that and then was able to take this off. Okay, so I'm left with this. Now this will come up from underneath, okay, completely as is, and then 3 holes drilled in, and the plan is to then set that in, put the little circlip back. Okay, so rather than an enormous hole going down, I'm coming up from the bottom and so let's see how we go. And that's the underside. The circlip's in,